What up, y'all? Welcome to the Willamette Block Party, where we highlight all things Black within the Willamette Valley. On this episode, we had a great opportunity to interview Rod Stanley, who is a personal trainer that helps transform lives through fitness, nutrition, and mindset. And plus, in this episode, we got to share a little bit of holiday cheer because why not celebrate some of your holiday traditions and talk about how that shapes the way that you see the world and your family. I would love for you all to take a listen to this episode. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Willamette Block Party on your favorite social media app. Tell a friend to tell a friend and come join the party with us. Oh, and by the way, please share your favorite holiday tradition as well by dropping that in the comments. Now, without further ado, let's get into this episode and hear a little bit of Rod Stanley's story.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Willamette Block Party. I am Allie Saunders. I have my co-host here, Ray White.
Ray White. Now that we're now officially giving titles.
Yes.
Appreciate that. Yes.
Would you like to introduce our guest?
Yeah, so we're in the building right now. Shout out to KMUZ for allowing us the space to record this our podcast here. And because it's the holidays, we wanted to share a little holiday cheer and a little love. So in the room, we have a few of our guests who are going to share a bit about what's going on for the holidays. We got some great holiday questions.
Yes,
They came up to space. So we're going to go ahead and turn to my left with mic number 3. Please introduce yourself and your favorite holiday song. We're just start into that. So tell us your name and your favorite favorite holiday song.
My name is Rod Stanley, and Salemite for the last 5 years, coming to you from Dublin, Georgia, which is my hometown. And glad to be here today. Thanks for having me as a guest. My favorite holiday song, I was just talking to a client this morning about how I used to like Ruben Studdard's Christmas album. I also like Boyz II Men Christmas album.
Okay.
Even a little Clay Aiken. But picking one song, I mean, there's so many to choose from. Let me think about it for one second. Let me think about it for 1 second.
Gosh, I love the album because that is obviously it's a whole vibe in the genre. Like it's not the whole vibe. It's like there's a lot to the tracks. That's okay. We might have to adjust the question. Clay Aiken.
You ever heard his album?
I haven't in a good while.
This is like American Idol.
Yeah,
right.
Ruben Studdard.
Yeah.
They had good Christmas albums. Boyz II Men, of course. I mean, they're tough to beat.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I was just singing "Let It Snow" to my 2-year-old on the way to dropping him off at daycare. He was like, "Dad, turn it off."
They don't know the classic.
Stop singing.
They don't know the classic.
Anyway, mic number 4.
Yeah, so I'm Melanie, and I'm the executive producer of Willamette Wake Up, and I'm usually the one asking the questions. So I'm sitting here feeling like my heart is racing. I have to come up to a question, or I have to answer a question about my favorite holiday song. I have mixed feelings about the holiday. So all this stuff is going through my mind. But I like songs that are very vocal. I don't worry about the words so much, like the one that goes, Gloria.
Oh, you like the ballads?
Yeah.
The whole range.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I can't do those levels.
Yeah, I'm still trying to clear my throat right now.
I'm glad I didn't get asked to sing my favorite holiday song. I mean, geez,
That's a missed opportunities.
Yeah.
Name and sing your favorite song. Allie, do you have a favorite song?
You know what? I really don't, honestly. I have a slight beef with any type of holiday music.
Oh my goodness. How do you have a beef
It's
with the
just
whole
so
holiday?
much because I don't know. I think it's too much in a short amount of time. And then also Mariah Carey, I feel she needs to come out with something else. I feel she's overplayed. I just have it's not beef. I just have a kind of a beef.
Why would Mariah Carey ever switch it up? Like, this has been going on 20-some years, and she's making bank. She could just lip sync.
The last time she had like a live show, it was horrible.
It wasn't that great.
Horrible.
It was like a New Year's situation. I remember
singing,
that.
And then she didn't sing, and then I appreciate it, the effort, I guess, but I think if there's not a Thanksgiving song, then there shouldn't be.
Well, side note, if you are looking on Spotify, because nowadays you can find different playlists. Again, my said 2-year-old, who I think might be a musician growing up, when he grows up, was asking for Thanksgiving songs. So we found a playlist of Thanksgiving songs that he is now thoroughly enjoying. And now that we're switched over to New Holiday, we found a similar kids playlist. So we can share that out in the show
Is it
notes.
on repeat?
I'm trying not to make it on repeat.
Well, I have a question for Rod, since he is our fitness guru.
Yes, he is.
What kind of things for the holiday should people be kind of focused on for food? I am very bad when it comes to holiday stuff. I go for the sugar. I go for the treats. I go for all the bad, not necessarily bad stuff, but it's a little gluttonous. It kind of gets there. Do you have like a top 3 tips for people kind of as they're going into the holidays and how to handle it? Maybe stay on track?
It's a tough time for a lot of people. My client and I were just talking about it last night. What can she do? She's anticipating all the cookies and the candies and snacks being brought out to celebrate at her office. And I always tell people, just live by the rule of try a little bit of the things that you want. Keep your goal on top of mind. Just don't go overboard. I think to restrict yourself during this time with so much going on, that's really difficult. Yeah. But stay on track with your workouts. Don't miss your workouts. Do your cardio, do your training, but have a little bit of fun. Let loose a little bit, because we can stress out. There's enough stress going on already, and we can stress ourselves out about trying to stay on track with a certain diet. But have a little fun, enjoy family. Just don't overdo it. Yeah. Don't eat until you feel like you need to push away from the table and kick your legs up and fall asleep after stuffing yourself for 2 hours. Just avoid that scenario. You're probably going to be okay.
Let me ask you this then, Rod, because if I'm not mistaken, I believe that sugar can be like physically addictive. And if that's the case, and you may or may not know this, I think it's good to know that going in, because if you're craving, you go, wait a minute, that's the sugar talking to my brain. I'm better than that. Are you following me there? Like to pay attention to that addiction piece?
Absolutely. I mean, sugar is said to hit some of the same chemical receptors as cocaine. It's super powerful. Oh, my goodness. Can be super addicting. It can be a trigger for some people. Moderation is definitely in order here. I've always thought if you're going to have something really bad in that way, sugar, for example, pick one thing. Keep the portion size pretty low. But if you're someone who's at high risk for diabetes and things like that, you want to stay away from it as much as possible. But, I found that a lot of my clients over the years, they really get into a ball of stress around this time because they want to stay on track. They want to continue to lose weight. But it's a real challenge. So I personally don't put much stress on them as far as that. I've been doing this for 24 years now. And I can remember being the trainer who felt like if you didn't follow my exact meal plan, I don't care if it's holidays or whatever, I wanted to fire you. But after having a little bit of wisdom and just seeing how people can derail themselves, beat themselves up this time of year about staying on track, if you can do things in moderation, even sugar in moderation, you're going to be okay. I mean, there's no dietary recommendation for amount of sugar. If you could keep it to 0, that's best. But certainly minimizing it as much as possible. Yeah.
I didn't realize you were so cutthroat in your early days of.
Early days, that was Rodzilla days, the bodybuilding days. Yeah, man. Rodzilla. When I was competing in bodybuilding, man. I was super strict, especially just coming out of the Marine Corps. I think I was 21 when I got out of the Marine Corps and went right into personal training right after that. So, not knowing what it's like to raise a family, not really knowing what it's like to pay bills and the stress of mortgage and all of the different things that real adults have at age 30, 35, 40 years old. I just, I was really a lot more cutthroat with myself even, and especially my clients. So, but when I was competing in bodybuilding, I can remember having birthdays, just standing off in the corner, drinking my water while everyone else was partying, having fun. But I didn't dare touch that alcohol or cakes or any of that. So, so okay. That was the old school Rod. But certainly if you have a goal in mind, you want to have some level of that type of dedication to what you're trying to accomplish, but also being realistic with yourself, because stress in and of itself, especially if it's a self-proclaimed goal that you have for yourself, that can also derail you in a lot of ways. So just being mindful and always realizing that you are a person, you can get back on track, have some fun, don't stress yourself out too much.
I love that. That's not the message of because you're right. Life already has its pressures.
Right.
And especially in this season, as you got all the holiday cheer or lack of cheer, if you consider the songs you listen to.
Cheerful.
Like, no, I ain't decking no halls. But as we move into the new year and everybody has a resolution, everybody's posting about their resolutions. Everybody's saying, yo, I got to get into the gym 7 days a week or cut out carbs or do all these different things. And then, by day 15, it slowed down. And then all of a sudden, the rest of the year is now completely wasted and gone. And people will feel like that remorse. And by people, I mean, I may be feeling that remorse, right? So how have you approached that? So it sounds as if you take the pressure off of your clients or just people as they enter the holidays, that it's okay in moderation. But if somebody is just like, you know what, I do want to have that level of consistency and focus, how do you balance that consistency and the ability to not feel so much pressure on yourself when somebody's trying to reach their goals?
I think it first starts with just having a realistic goal and knowing that, if you want to lose 30 pounds, you certainly didn't put that on in 2 months or 3 months. It took years usually. And it's going to take time to undo bad habits. And you have to give yourself some grace while you're trying to implement new things into your lifestyle. Because at the end of the day, living a healthy and having a fit body, having healthy blood laboratory values, that comes from living a lifestyle of making good habits. And if you're someone who is starting in a place where none of that's really in place, you have to be realistic with yourself and incrementally make the changes. So as you do that, though, your vision of yourself changes, who you are as a person changes, and giving yourself that grace to allow that to happen is the best way that I found to make it last, because we want that lasting change. People will come to me all the time and they'll say, how do I get the biceps like yours, or how do I get the chest like yours? And it's taken years of, being consistent with workouts, being mindful of delayed gratification. Sure, I have things that aren't necessarily on a meal plan, but it's delayed gratification in that I don't do it all the time. And just having that mindset about doing things incrementally, giving yourself the grace, not knowing that it's not the end of the world if you don't hit this goal in 3 months, but know that it's going to take some time. Stay focused on the long-term goal while making the short-term changes. And so that could be something as simple as, if you want to go from eating McDonald's every day, maybe you could start by changing some of the things off the menu, making healthier choices in that way, adding a few more fruits and vegetables into your lifestyle. And when it comes to working out, sometimes it's just, I want to be working out 5 days, but realistically, that's not in your wheelhouse right now. Start with 1 day, and don't stress yourself out about it so much. And just know that you're going to incrementally get better, and hold yourself accountable to incrementally getting better. Yeah. That's the other thing as well. Don't just start making small changes, but hold yourself accountable to getting better over time.
That's real.
I love it. I try.
What?
I said I try. I try and do all of that stuff. It's hard. I think so. Ray and I, we're still athletically inclined.
We are still athletically inclined.
There we go.
Thank you. Yes.
I want to bold love.
What kind of athletes we're talking here?
I did track and field.
Okay, all right.
And I did football and track. Why you laugh? Dang.
What?
I did football.
You
and track.
didn't really do it, Ray? Is that what she's saying? Like, it was a hobby, or?
I was just on the field.
Okay.
Actually, technically, I was just on the field.
The water person.
Yeah, man. Hey, you gotta stay hydrated.
Ray was an athlete.
Oh, wow.
But the thing that we noticed, that we're noticing, is obviously our bodies are not as what they used to be.
Oh my god.
Athletically, back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Like, I used to hop out of bed without stretching, and now a child jumps on me, and I'm feeling it for weeks.
Sure.
So that's beside the point. You had a question there.
Sorry. That we try and implement all the things that you were stating before, where it's doing, the small movements and the small changes. I think it is now what it takes. What is it? 21 days or however long to develop a habit. And I think nowadays it is very hard for people to stick with something for that long.
Sure.
They're wanting the instant gratification, the quick pill, the fast diets, all of that kind of stuff. And I've definitely seen ad-wise, especially around the holidays, that those have been pushed even more so. I think I saw one towards, it was just buy your wife or get a prescription for Ozempic and stuff like that. And it was just one of those okay, hold on, let's take a step back. And again, going back from that, both Ray and I were previously athletes, so we understand the whole course of okay, it takes a long time to get to a certain point and doing all that stuff. But as we're getting older, it is one of those okay, a quick fix would be nice to fix.
They're not out there. I'll tell you.
I mean, it's hard, and I completely relate to people who are out there, but also see the other side to it as well, and say yeah, taking a year out and being dedicated to something, you are going to see the progress. It's not going to happen in a week or two. But I appreciate your industry because it is definitely hard. I couldn't be on the opposite side of that. I could be the athlete and receiving it. But
you mean being the trainer on this side?
I don't know if I could. Yeah.
It takes a special person. I'm not going to lie.
So tell us about the special person,
Rod.
Right?
What makes you so
Rod
special?
Like I said, I've been doing this for 24 years, and I've seen, so many of my friends who started out as trainers have gone on to other things. One, it takes just the passion for the business of being and wanting to really help people, because people don't oftentimes think that, people will say, I want to lose weight, I want to gain muscle, but it's so much more to it that I help people with. I help people get out of pain. I help people move better. I help people have better outlooks on their life. Sometimes, and that's life changing, right? So that's why I've done so many things over the years. I've been life insurance, I've done EMT work, mortgages, security, a lot of different jobs, probably 30 I haven't listed. But something about personal training and being able to connect with someone and really helping them just feel better about themselves. Because at the end of the day, behind all the weight loss and the muscle gain and the body composition, people want to feel good in their bodies. They want to just know that they're healthier. So it takes someone who has the empathy to be able to listen beyond those words and really help bring out the best in someone. I had a friend of mine, he asked me once, why don't you just make fun of people who come to you who are overweight? And if to look at someone and be able to see what their potential is and bring that out, that's really what this job is about. So it just takes that patience to be able to hear someone, because a lot of times people come up with their stories. They have their excuses, the reasons why they're not getting there, but to be able to hear what they're really wanting beyond the noise and then walk them through the steps to implement it. That's what I really enjoy about this job. So, and it's just fun, rewarding.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I like the fact that, again, back to the grace, no shame,
sure.
We all need that, right? And especially if you're doing something or engaged with something very sensitive, as if somebody's physical nature, you do need a safe space and a safe person to engage to help work through that, navigate that. And I appreciate that is bigger than just the physical. It's the mental, it's the emotional, some cases spiritual in some context, right? Of just how you show up or how you choose to show up and want to show up. And we need that in our community, which I appreciate. Yeah. I know that. Well, do you make house calls? How do people engage with you in this space? If it's a communal thing, you want to help them out in this way. I imagine what are the ways in which some people are you creating this space and creating these experiences for your clients? How are you doing that?
I really enjoy one-on-one training because, again, I get to really connect with someone and really deliver something that's very personal to them. A very, very personalized program. But these days, what I'm finding is that times are tough. The economy's declining. People aren't able to, in a lot of places that I've experienced, are having a difficult time being able to afford one-on-one training. So I'm moving more into group settings. Okay. Right now, I'm doing some work with OHSU and going to senior citizens' homes and working with them. I'm putting together a balancing gait program that I'm going to administer online to be able to bring that service, which I think is so valuable, especially since we have an aging population. I think 2030 will be the first time that we have more senior citizens than we have young adults. So as we continue to age, balance, gait, mobility, those types of programs are going to be that much more important. So I'm working on I just got certified as a Tai Chi for arthritis and balance program. So that is going to help people with that also. and I'm looking to do that in a group setting as well.
Where do
But I do
sign
go to
up?
people's homes. A lot of my clients I'm training right now I go to their homes and help them. And I work with whatever equipment they have. Sometimes it's body weight bands. And in addition to that, I have an online app where I can administer online programs to help people. So I don't have a gym space currently. So that's what I'm doing now, going to people's homes, doing online training. And I'm looking to branch out into more group training courses.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you see that, like, just within, obviously, like, Salem, Kaiser area, Willamette Valley area, anything that there's, like, a lack of, kind of, I guess, like, in your industry that you would like to see more or something happen more towards it? Like, is it towards, gyms working with personal trainers, towards, like, giving them spaces? Is it towards, better food? Like, just it's kind of a general question, but is there anything that you're seeing kind of lacking in our area that you would like to see more of and towards your industry?
Well, yeah, I'm personally working to grow into that. And I see, like, one thing I want to implement and I've started is like a lifestyle interventionist program where in my background, I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of physicians doing age management medicine. That's just working with people as they age so that they can stave off aging. So that's increasing the bone mineral density, looking at the laboratory values, using things like VO2 max, which is testing their cardiovascular performance to ensure that they're keeping their resting heart rate low, which helps longevity, and working with people in that way. So it's really more education because like you said, most of the time people are looking for the quick fix. But is there an education component that's missing that could really help bridge the gap between where they are currently and where they want to go? And with that education piece, then they can better navigate what it is I really need to accomplish to stay healthy, feel good mentally, spiritually, age better, decrease pain. So I'm working to do that in a more of a course type of fashion where I can educate people on how to improve their core. What is the core? What is the low back? How does this all work together in creating a better lifestyle for myself? So that's what I think is missing. Oftentimes, personal trainers get the rap of, I just want to, look good or train me for a bodybuilding show.
Yeah.
But for me, in my own individual career, working in age management, I worked as an EMT before, and it taught me that physical fitness is very much related to someone's longevity, their health. So really educating people on how you can bridge fitness and health together and create the lifestyle you want. Yeah. So I think just more education.
We're going to have a part two.
We need a
of
part
this.
two.
Yeah.
Like real soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there's some areas of just like, I'm intrigued to know about how identity is formed and shaped in the work that you do for yourself and the clients that you are working with. Again, as we jokingly talk about being former athletes, sometimes it's hard to remove yourself from what you once were.
Sure.
And you're entering that new stage. So it's like, okay, how have you navigated that and navigating other people's do that too? So put a pin in that.
That's a great
Yeah.
question.
You know what would be really cool though? We talked about this, Miss Real Estate. I would love to see a performance center of some type.
Oh, we have talked about this.
We have talked about this. So like, I don't know. I've looked in, there's a lot of other locations like Texas and California that have these multiplex areas, basketball courts, football fields, all kinds of things, right? And part of it is selfish because I don't like playing basketball in the rain. So my brother-in-law loves to play basketball in the rain, and I'm like, bro, we got to find a gym.
Sure.
But it'd be really cool just because I know there's something out south. There's a few things in other cities. I live in the north side of Salem, aka Kaiser. Be nice to see something in that area. But Miss Real Estate is looking for spaces that can help facilitate that.
I'm helping with it. We're looking.
Yeah, I hear you there, man. I think like my idea for a fitness center would be one where you come in, every person there gets some type of evaluation or some type of data that they can use about their body that's very specific. And then from there, the gym or the fitness facility's responsibility is to help people bring that to life, whether it be improving their mobility, whether it be educating them on how to improve their laboratory values or how to implement core training, and just really educate rather than, just put them off in a class, because classes is one thing, but if you don't know how to apply a lot of this stuff to your own life, you just go back to the old habits. And it starts, like you mentioned earlier, the identity. Like, who is this new person I'm wanting to create, and what are they like? Yeah. And then build it from the ground up. Yeah. So I'd love to see that. That's a great idea. Ooh. Great idea.
Well, we already established that it's going to be a part 2. So we want to continue to have the conversation about, especially about your fitness journey, the Rodzilla identity that you've articulated. We haven't delved into that. But we did start off the conversation with the holiday question. Do you have one more holiday question that we can share before we wrap up?
Okay, so kind of the last question, which is just kind of a little personal one, but what's like one favorite tradition that you or your family kind of have during the holidays that you like to do?
So here's what I'll start, because it seems as if we're making core memories with our children. So we're finding new opportunities where they can be engaged and involved in the holiday spirit and cheer. We already have something set up with with their cousins. There's about 8 of them are running around during the holidays. It's chaotic, but it's fun. They love that. We used to live in a Gupser neighborhood in Kaiser, and walking the lights has been a really fun treat that we do. We try to do it once or twice, hopefully when it's dry, and just after dinner, get warm clothes, and we take a walk. And that's been a really fun thing that we've done lately. So that's my one tradition.
Wow. Nice. Nice. My wife and I, we have one son. He's 18 now. He's over at Western Oregon. And it's really just been us 3 since he's been born. Even before, most of my family's all in Georgia. I have a huge family, probably about, I had 14 aunts and uncles on my mom's side, and another 5 or 6 aunts and uncles on my dad's side, and all the cousins that go along with it. But ever since I went in the Marine Corps, which was in 98, it's just been myself, my wife, and my son when he was born. So our tradition has just been celebrating us 3. We make sure that we spend time together, and sometimes we'll go out to dinner. That's usually what we do because it's just us 3. We don't make a big meal or anything. And we got away from the commercial side of Christmas some time ago. When we were living in Vegas. And so it's just us hanging out, us 3, have a little dinner. And this year is interesting. This was his first year at college. He's not very far, just only 20 minutes, but we've been empty nesters for a few months, which has been really strange. So we'll just be glad to have him back home with us so we can have that tradition of just us 3 being together and sharing the love with each other.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so I don't really have a tradition story to tell because of my life situation right now, but I'm thinking about when I was a child, my very favorite thing was the holiday pastries. And I come from an Eastern European background, and it was very common to make patitsa, which was like a sweet dough rolled out real thin, and then spread on top of that was like honey and nuts and raisins and cinnamon and all rolled up and then baked. And when you slice it, it would be like a pinwheel of goodies inside.
That sounds so good.
And so it just reminds me of my mom and my grandma and the smells of cooking.
That's so good.
Yeah.
I love that you said that. And as we talked about all the sweets and things,
I know.
I'm like, oh, that sounds
I feel
bomb.
like it's like Rod approved. I feel
Only in moderation.
I know.
Right, that's right.
Right, he's like,
That's my motto.
oh, that sounds actually really great.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. So we'll have that next episode.
Oh, you already said. Bring that in next time.
Like,
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. For me, it's again same. I've had a humongous family, so we've normally all been together, and we always implemented. I don't even know how long ago we started it. No matter where we are, we will always Zoom and have a gingerbread making contest. Our family. So there's rules.
Oh,
Everybody gets
whoa.
it's a pamphlet.
Seriously? Oh, wow.
I'm not kidding. It's a pamphlet, and there are rules you have to follow. And so you can prep certain things like ahead of time, but day of, you have an hour and a half to get it ready. And so, again, there's like all of our family members kind of do it. So there's like 10 screens that you're watching people do it. And we normally have like 2 judges. I was a judge last year. But it was just fun because it's like you're seeing like people being creative but also competitive, and it's just like seeing how people respond when their gingerbread house like falls apart or if it's like So one year someone had like lights on it and like a flambe fire. Like it was like people go from like, okay, what did you do? You did not prep. And then other people are going absolutely beyond like what they should ever do. And then like someone gets a prize every year. But it was always just a fun thing because it was just like a little bit of competition, but like family spirit. And again, no matter where we are, we're always able to still, you know, connect and have that little one event that we do. So
that sounds really cool.
I'm not prepared this year.
Oh, well, you
Time's
need to get to
ticking.
work, right? Better start looking at some blueprints, some construction. You better figure that out. Look, we need some. Are you? When's the last time you won?
Oh gosh, it was a while ago.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
so you're like on the.
It's not going to be this year either.
I don't
Sounds
think
like
it's
right.
gonna be. Look, it's hard. There are people who are like, I'm not a baker. I just like.
But are you baking though? It's not the Great British Bake
It's
Off.
harder than you think.
I know. I'm
the
traumatized.
competition is like high scale. My sister is the one who normally. My sister and my dad normally
Wow.
wins. Yeah.
Well, I hope that some of this is documented.
I'll have photos.
So we can,
Pictures.
I'll have
yes,
photos.
so we can,
Yeah.
so the world, the whole block party can celebrate you, not judge you because we're practicing grace. We're going to celebrate you and the creation that you create as a family. So that's amazing. Well, awesome. Well, appreciate the opportunity just to have a conversation and learn more about you, nutrition during the holidays. We hope that you all have a great holiday season. As you enter into the new year, remember that you can just breathe and go at your own pace. Be consistent in whatever that makes sense for you, but do it in community and do it with one another.
As a reminder, we are here to highlight all things Black within the Willamette Valley. So if you have news, updates, highlights, concerns, or if you want to be a part of what we're building, please reach out to us at willametteblockparty@gmail.com and stay engaged with our journey by following @Willamette Block Party on Instagram. Until next time, we out here. Peace.